Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Ionios. Last time we made our escape from Keva's castle. Did a bit of a backtrack to meet... Ma'am, if you could get into the shot. Okay, a little camera shy. Met Dame Alex, and found ourselves here.
Whoa, check this place out.
In the Gnome Wetlands, apparently. No, that trigger is there. Let's, step into this cutscene trigger, shall we?
What's wrong? Mio?
I hear a strange sound.
Sound?
What is that noise?
Something's wrong here. Noah! What the? Who are they?
Those Levnesses. They're the ones that attacked the castle.
Yes, no question.
Which means...
Sheathe your weapons. We're not looking for a fight.
What the...
We are the Lost Numbers, sworn enemies of Mobius.
What?
There are others standing against Mobius.
The name's Monica. Monica Vandam. The man who entrusted Ouroboros to you. I'm his daughter.
Daughter?
You know Guernica?
You're headed for the city, ain't ya?
How do you...
That's our base of operations. Come on.
What?
Shania, take point.
Yeah, all right. Stay close.
Levnis from earlier disappeared in sky. Yep. Oh no, before we take you to the city, you have to wear these. Eye patches? They're the same as the ones we wear. Put them over the eye where your iris is. What? They won't hurt you. And now we're pirates. Probably. Thanks for the cooperation. We appreciate this. So, I said we aren't hostile, but that might be enough to earn your trust, I'm guessing. If it lays your fears to rest, you can treat me as your prisoner until we reach the city. Huh? Yeah, it doesn't sound right, darling. Don't want a prisoner? Whatever. I'll be your escort then. Should point out, you won't find anyone better with a mace in the Lost Numbers. Yeah, well, don't bash us about with it or anything. If I wanted to, then your attitude would have earned you a thrashing already. So, let's be on our way. Shania will show you how to go. Monica has temporarily joined the party. Oh, has she now? The city's bulwark, Monica. A lost vanguard. I wonder if we'll be able to be one of those at some point. Glitch out on a rock, apparently. Follow you around. So I will point out Lost Numbers, although I know you can't hear me. Perhaps showing up looking all aggressive and surrounding us is not the best way to get us to assume that you're not hostile.
Shall we deal with this?
Not... Excuse you.
Come on. Appreciate it.
Perhaps they're not the best at making first impressions. Nice meaty crits.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
I see you, don't do it.
This is something decent, right?
Good boy. Oh, this guy's definitely gonna go for it. Right, come on then.
Guys, let's give it some. Whatever some is, we've got it in spin.
Topple. Oh, but our launch just got down. Unfortunate. There's one of the spares, don't we? Oh, there's more. Lovely. Yeah, even against targets that aren't launched, it's a nice meaty hit that attack. Oh, of course we actually hit the launch after I... Whoop. Oh. A smash, huh? Spoilers. But it seems we have a smash in the party all of a sudden. We haven't had one of those since Flash Fencer. Oh, and we attracted a random pair of caterpillars. Not really sure what the... I mean, Elukas, obviously, but... Not really sure what the analog here is. I don't think caterpillars have horns, normally. Or do they? Now that I think about it, I feel like I've seen some examples of caterpillars that are truly horrific specimens of nature, so...
Thanks to Tyron's direction, no doubt.
It worked because you carried the plan up to the letter, Mia.
Possibly that's more accurate than I think. Anyway, Shania, if you could stop
Monica,
running us
can I
face
ask you
first.
something?
Oh.
Just keep following Shania, will you? We'll talk more later.
Oh, okay. Staying a bit secretive for now, fair enough. I don't remember if these are hostile. Just gonna...
Sweet, let's poke her out.
Oh, I expected that to be a... Oh, okay, fair enough. And how are we meant to get from this city from here? Yeah, this is a dead end. Wrong. Meh? A door. This leads into the Great Sword. The city's this way. A masterful disguise. Huh. Nethel said there was nothing of interest in Sword March. Guess you never found this. Hey, you guys done? Can we get going? Alright, alright. She doesn't seem too fond of us. We'll keep moving.
I wonder what's around here.
What a brilliant contraption. No wonder nobody's ever found it.
You'd better save some of that surprise.
Don't do it. I know you want to. To satisfy your curiosity. Locked. We'll be back for that door someday.
Wow. This place was inside the Great Sword all along?
Save a bit of surprise, I said.
Never seen this place before. So, Guernica, that's that wrinkly guy. Back then.
Yeah.
You said you were his daughter. What's that mean?
I completely forgot. You don't understand the concept of parenthood. I'll explain later.
Later, meaning in the city?
That's where the elevator's taking us. You'll be needing those eye patches now.
And what for?
Those put a spanner in Mobius's recon.
Mobius's?
When you become Ouroboros, your irises change. And they start emitting a weak radio signal. And so, we're blocking that signal.
With these things? What about yours? Are you Ouroboros too?
We'll go with that.
Sorry?
You see, we're bound by Ouroboros blood.
Just what are you?
We're so high up!
What a view! I've never seen anything like it.
Certainly takes your breath away.
Can you save your observations for later? Come on!
Check it out. Bunnet's digging up ore.
Noah, you can't just ask someone what they are. That extraordinary, Shania. I implore you to stop running face first into elite enemies. He's not going to leave, is he? I mean, I could roll the 10% chance that he's not actually hostile. Despite being a Rogel.
Nothing on this dizzying height.
Nope. Fucking book it. Probably up here. Ow. Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion fighting a Rogel on that little
Guys,
speck of a bridge. Sir.
Perfect timing.
I see you!
Just as planned, eh, Kion?
Too easy.
And now Shania is...
If only you didn't charge off on
My
your own.
head kind of hurts.
Ah, yeah. That happens when you gain altitude fast. Don't worry, it'll subside.
Don't do it.
Entrance is up ahead.
Hell of a scene there, Monolith Soft.
Okay, I'll say what everyone's thinking. This is all sparking amazing!
Oh, would you be consistent with which cutscenes have... Anyway, you can take the eye patches off now. Won't need them past this point. Oh, right. You're sure about that? The city's got some signal jamming tech that functions just like the eye patches, blocking detection by Mobius. We're safe inside, you have my word. I suppose that must be the reason why they haven't been able to discover the city thus far. You're that right. This place is our last redoubt, our sole haven in this world. But as soon as we step outside, Mobius are all over us, like a bad wool sweater. So what I'm saying is, don't forget your eye patches when you're out and about. That's all. I hear you, loud and clear. Remember. I'm pretty sure an Australian would behead me for that attempt at an Australian accent, but...
This is the city.
It sure took us long enough. We shouldn't relax just yet, though.
Why the spark not?
We don't even know if they're really our allies yet. We can't get complacent.
Still on guard, huh?
Unlike some of you daydreamers, yes.
I'd like to believe them. Their eyes, they look the same as his.
They said they opposed Mobius, didn't they? It should be okay then, to trust them.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. Gotcha.
Bloody Sparks. Why do I bother?
Thank you, Tyon, for looking out for us.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'll follow your lead. But please, stay vigilant.
Of course we will.
New Allied colony data.
Now, I love the slightly smug Uni standing behind Tyon in that
There's been
cutscene.
changes to colony relations.
I mean,
It's
smug
bigger than
Uni in
half a
any
dozen
context is
colonies.
just delightful.
Are there really so many people? This is beyond anything we could have imagined.
I also love the sudden shift to this delightfully chill groove that the city has.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros, yeah.
So they're Ouroboros?
And they're from Kevis and Agnes.
But they're just a bunch of kids.
Watch yourselves. There could be secret spies. It's over. This place will be a war zone.
They're all whispering about us.
I feel we're not exactly welcome here.
Uninvited guests, one might say.
They're the ones who led us here.
Oh, hey! Doesn't she look similar to the Mobius we fought at Colony 4?
It's true. Wrinkly prune faces abound here.
Manana spy tiny people too! It's whole undiscovered race!
No. They must be humans just like us.
So you're Ouroboros, eh?
Huh?
You've got what, 1 or 2 years left? Some hope you are.
Don't know why Van Dam wasted that power on you. What was he thinking?
What's your problem? Mind your manners.
Let me introduce you. These were our Ouroboros candidates. They trained relentlessly to fight against Mobius. Each and every one of them. That includes Shania there.
Candidates?
You happy that you stole Ouroboros from us?
All right, that's enough. Whatever the reason, the old man did choose them. To be fair, they have gone against quite a few Mobius already. They're the real thing, all right. You heard Shania's reports.
What reports?
I had her monitor your actions with extreme scrutiny. All the way from the valley.
Huh?
Since way back then?
Together, we are united in our cause.
Miss Vandam.
All right then.
Please, it's not their fault. They're not a bad lot, really.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, that was awkward as all ash.
We have some new names registered.
I'll introduce you to them another time.
Draws into question what precisely that stone was that Vandam had, doesn't it?
You said that you were monitoring us earlier. So is that why you stormed the castle?
After the Ouroboros stone activated, Shania relayed the info straight back to us. So I'd been looking for a chance to contact you.
Oh, really?
We reckoned that you would just head straight here. What we did not expect was for you to dive straight into the heart of the enemy's base.
Ah.
I was flipping out. Your actions were so reckless. I started to wonder if our saviors were just a bunch of raving lunatics. They kind of look that way.
That's a little too harsh.
Sorry, poor choice of words. How about hotheads?
Yeah, that's not a lot better.
Still, it helped us complete one of our primary objectives. Securing a number of growth modules.
What are those?
I'll show you. You'll find it quite interesting. It's the very reason why we fight.
We have some new names registered.
Now I know how you guys felt in Colony 4.
Right? At least they warmed up to us eventually. Maybe it'll be the same here.
What's that?
So that's the state of affairs.
We're now more or less above the Sword's hilt guard. Even this place was once ravaged by war. By Kevis and Agnes.
Has the war really spread this far?
There's even more. More husks underneath. Thanks.
This right here is what the world is really like. Designed to keep us shackled.
Keep us shackled?
So that's the state of affairs.
Hey, Noah. You know that pile of husks earlier? You aren't thinking about sending those on, are you?
I think that would be asking a bit too... Oh. Actually...
Aren't those...
Cradles.
Your so-called cradles are the growth modules that birthed you. You were conscripted from birth, trained to kill one another ruthlessly and steal each other's life. That life energy pours into the flame clocks, becoming the fuel that feeds Mobius. In order for Mobius to exist, they must continue to claim life energy. And these cradles right here, they're used to recycle your lives.
Ethel.
Yeah. You live your lives in servitude so that Mobius can exist. And even in death, there's no release. You'll just keep getting recycled.
No way.
There's your shackles. Soldiers bound by Mobius's shackles are destined only for mutual destruction. Those who lose their lives in battle, they're reborn anew. They wake from a castle cradle, a blank slate without a scrap of their former memories.
Wait, then that husk I saw...
But if we keep your lives bound to the bodies, as we're doing here, they're of no use to them. This way, we can whittle away at their power.
So you've been doing this over and over again, then?
That's right. You don't want to know for how long, believe me. And yet, the price we pay to take down just a handful of Mobius is immeasurable. The city's residents, we're all descendants of the first Ouroboros.
The first Ouroboros?
What's a descendant?
Right. That's not a word you'd have any use for either, I suppose. Better to see for yourselves. Come, I'll show you.
Show us, huh? Show us.
So we're born to fight, and then we die. Over and over and over.
I can hardly believe it, but it was Ethel, without a doubt.
Show us what, precisely, Monica? This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. Just sit back and enjoy this one.
Where are we?
This is a maternity ward.
Maternity?
Doctor, may I? Come.
It's so small.
It's a little person.
It's so teensy tiny, but it move.
Much rejoicing!
It's okay to touch her. Gently now.
She's so warm.
Place one finger in her palm.
Hey, Sana! Look at this! You need to try it too!
Oh.
Whoa, you're right. Mimi, it's incredible.
Let me have a turn. What? This is incredible, Senna.
Funny, right? But this is human beings' true nature. If you want the ins and outs, go and ask the doctor.
All right then, lads and lasses. Who wants to know
how babies are made. Well, you're in for a surprise. Buckle up!
This is how it should be. This is human nature. We are born defenseless, grow up. Then those who find a spouse create new life together, age, then return to the earth. Thank you. I mean it.
Monica, what was that word you used? Spouse?
A partner in romance.
Rome?
The feeling of having someone very precious to you. That'd be one way of putting it. You'll understand too someday. Or it might be that you already do.
The things that we care about in our day-to-day lives, they feel very obvious to us. Like it is inevitable. It only makes sense that we care about these things. But it turns out that it's actually quite prescriptive. We get told what to care about, sort of subconsciously, by the world that we live in. I love seeing these characters have that entire notion of what it is that matters and even exists just shattered with a single encounter with a little screaming ball of flesh that we call a baby. Also, the shot of the doctor's like, "All right, lads and lasses," like that line and their response to it, I love it. It's very funny.
Kion, look.
It looks the same as the one before.
Who are they?
The first Ouroboros. The founders, we call them.
The first Ouroboros?
That one. She looks a bit like Mimi.
Look at this. He's got Noah's chin.
And the others don't look like anyone.
Tell us about them.
Long, long ago, they gained the power of Ouroboros. It let them match Mobius blow for blow. The city folk you see here, we're all descended from them.
Bound by their blood?
It was the queens, so they say. Kevis and Agnes. Their powers united created Ouroboros. Ouroboros are the only ones that can take down a Mobius. Although, there can only be 6 Ouroboros alive at one time. By activating the stone's cage here, those with aptitude can become Ouroboros.
Only 6? Why so few of them?
I get it. That's why they got so upset.
Finally clicked? There's only so many seats and stones. The one that my father was moving, it took a long time to be found.
Think I'm finally getting the gist of this whole Ouroboros deal. But the queens?
Not those sham figureheads in the castles. The real queens.
Yes, real queens. I knew that soulless piece of clockwork junk wasn't the real deal. Does that mean our queen is false too?
We're still trying to pinpoint the true queens. They're out there somewhere, sleeping.
What for?
Why else? To take our world back from Mobius and set things to rights. The true queens will help us there.
Hang on a bleeding second. Ouroboros were born, like, generations ago, right? But you said the queens are sleeping. Are there humans who can even live that long?
Now that I don't know too much about.
Then what do you know?
Well, the legend goes that both of the queens, their lifespans are supposed to be incomparably longer than ours.
And you're pinning your hopes on that?
At the moment, that's about all we can do.
All right. So, when the world is back to rights, then what?
The people you've seen here, the way they live their lives, that could be everyone. Babies, children, adults, the old, they're all a part of nature's cycle.
And that would go for us too?
There'll be more to life than just fighting to survive. We'll weave the tale that we were always meant to tell.
Don't give up. 10 years? You kids deserve better. The only thing that can change all this is the will of Ouroboros. You kids, and you alone.
Though, some of us around here still ain't too keen on the idea.
What?
So, those people from before?
They're happy living in the moment. As long as they can hide away and cover their eyes, they don't give a damn about the rest.
So our lives mean nothing to them?
If they can't see or hear you, then as far as they're concerned, you don't even exist.
Closing their eyes to what's in front of them.
A lot of folks here think that way.
But that's just like Mobius. Then the only difference is whether or not they benefit directly.
You catch on quick. I can see why my dad chose you guys. But the will of the Founders, it lives on in us warriors. Mobius can't reign forever. If we can continue freeing young folk like you, maybe life can get back to how it should be. That would be best for all of us.
For sure. I'm with you. I think we'd have to be lunatics not to believe you, after what you've shown us.
I believe it too. Seeing how you live your lives, it made me feel really envious. Feeling that warmth, part of nature's cycle. We need to protect that.
I agree. It was so precious.
Shania. More walking to do? This is the last stretch. Let's get you to the dorms. You know that dorms? Dorms. No, that I'm pretty sure that's not how Australian people say that word, now that I think about it. Keves and Agnes warning levels have combined to form a single Mobius warning level.
There's been changes to colony relations.
Man, I think I need some time to process all this. Yeah. Quite a weight to carry. Absorbing all this in one go.
This is the dorm for young lost numbers soldiers. You can sleep here while you're in the city. And ask that guy about your rooms. Oh, and sadly there's no kitchen in the building. A lot of the single soldiers eat at the Michiba canteen. If you want to do your own cooking, feel free to use that empty plot of land over there. Got it. Thank you, Monica. Tomorrow we have a lot to discuss. Agreed. How shall we arrange that? Meet me in the Lost Numbers War Room. It's the place down the lift from near the Praetorian Hill, which we passed on the way here. I'll let you know closer to the time. Oh, before I forget, you're free to explore the city as you will. Is that really okay? I said we weren't hostile, right? I thought you'd be pleased not to have me breathing down your necks. No, we're grateful. Thanks for everything. So, to progress the story, obviously talk to the residential guard there. The next cutscene, but perhaps we should wander about the city for a little bit. Talk to a child. This group's never talked to a child before. Moyoshi. Moyosh? Grandpa and Grandma are always reading me books. It's super kind of them. Grandpa. Grandma. You mean those wrinkly dudes, right? That's right. That's your dad's dad. Or your dad's mum. Or your mum's dad. Or your mum's mum. I'm making my head spin here, bud.
We have some new names registered.
A rest spot here at the city camp in case we feel like doing our own cooking or gem crafting, which, I mean, fair chance I could do some gem crafting, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. A canteen was mentioned. Perhaps we should grab a bite to eat there. Learn some new recipe from the Michiba canteen. But share.
Everyone, get some rest.
Order some Aquapazza alla City. Get a boost to XP. Sure.
Just wonderful.
Thanks ever so much.
And thus, Banana learns more Italian words that I will butcher. The Ceres Caprice Aquapazza. Almost said pizza. I just barely managed to dodge that one. So like I was saying earlier, this idea of discovering what it is you care about. I feel like this whole sequence here, I mean, it's just these 6 or 8. The other 2 we can't see right now. Hold on. Get out of here, you two.
Riku and Banana take care of it.
These 8 being shown an entirely different way to live, an entirely different set of things to care about, instead of all the bloodshed they've known their whole lives. The lost numbers are short on snipers, right? It's just I've been considering changing my role is all. You're changing your blade again? You really sure you found the right role this time?
Huh?
Blades. New info acquired.
It's all making sense.
Did you guys hear something?
You know, I haven't made that much of a habit of actually reading these informations, but this one I think is interesting. Let's have
People have to make so much noise.
Let's have a bit of a chat. Blades.
I just wanted to confirm.
Apparently, the Lost Numbers can use all different kinds of blades, just like us. Monica did say the city's people were originally of one kind with the Ouroboros. So you'd say that explains the similarity with us? Yeah, okay, I can see that. Even so, though, it's not many people that can master fighting with multiple blade forms, it seems. If you don't commit, your form's going to be sloppy, you'll get bad habits. I think I'll always prefer using what I'm good at. I'd like to get at least a basic understanding of all of them. Nothing beats flexibility on the battlefield. Me? I'm a power girl through and through. The Spark's a power girl. No, never mind, I caught your drift. It's important to remember, though, even though we have Ouroboros powers, it's still a matter of effort to achieve proficiency. Hell yeah, 100 XP. For talking about blades. But yeah.
Right then, should we get a move on?
Apparently, our ability... I mean, obviously, we gain this ability to switch blades with each other after touching the stone. Well, touching the shockwave from the stone. I don't know. But yeah, these people have it too. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? The rooms are ready for you now. How about getting some rest? Yeah.
N, you say?
You know him?
I know of him, definitely. He's been a real thorn in the city's side.
Sounds rough.
He slaughtered many of my people in cold blood.
Huh.
Why bring him up?
Well, no reason.
Hmm?
What's wrong? Is it something Monica said? Is there a problem?
No. Don't worry about it. It's just a passing thought.
Yeah? Oh, I got some news earlier. We're not sleeping in tomorrow. Our briefing starts early. Get some rest while you can.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah. Night.
Just a hint of sweetness in how she said goodnight there. Anyway. Soft beds really are comfy. Who knew? Fairly sure you've always slept well, even in sleeping bags. Same. You lot. Were you even a little nervous? Clearly you were nervous enough for all of us, judging by those dark circles under your eyes. I couldn't just meekly go to sleep after getting here and processing all of that information. That sounds more like excitement than nerves, you ask me. Well, looks like last night's jumble of information will be sorted out in the war room. Right. Should probably start making a move over to the war room then. Right, agreed. Monica said you take the lift down from nearby the Praetorian Hill, right? That's the sword's hilt guard. All the way there, huh? Okay then. Yep. So big red marker 200 meters down there, but it is just over here. That is what we call a ladder, Lance.
Oh, looks like we can go on from here.
We can ladder, yes. We'll come back to that, though.
I think we can take that elevator down to the war room.
Been a while since my last war council. Hope this isn't one of the boring ones.
I'd be surprised, Lance, given the current circumstances.
Okay then. Sneaking into Agnes Castle, huh?
Seems we won't be catching a break anytime soon.
So this person who knows where the true queens are... who was it again?
You're looking for Gondor.
Ah, that's right. So then, we've just got to find this Gondor, break him out of the prison camp and get the spark out of there.
Luckily, they don't kill us immediately after we've been captured. We're held beneath the castle, in a detention facility.
To perform forced labor?
There's that as well. But mostly, it's to set an example.
Example?
On the day of an eclipse, once a year, they hold a mass execution of prisoners at Hope's Rest, a hill on the castle's south edge. The whole event gets projected, high into the sky.
Oh no. So that's what you meant.
It's to show us we're powerless.
And the place they do this is Hope's Rest. What kind of sick joke is that?
The next eclipse falls about a month from now. So that's our deadline for what we've got to do. Contact the prisoner and get the intel on the queens.
A month.
Mio.
Well, no two ways about it. We better get started now.
Yeah, and we better hurry. We can't waste a single day.
Let's say we make it in without a hitch. Won't the you-know-what give us away?
Uni, I don't think we do know.
The red glowing Mobius eye thing.
Oh, bad.
Those eye patches I gave you? There's a special alloy embedded in them. Long as you got that, you'll be near invisible. Slip clean under their noses.
And after we've got the info, how do we get out?
You've put the Kavesi Annihilator out of commission. I'm sure you'll think of something.
Even if we get out, what about your lot?
You don't need to worry about them. They knew the risk.
That doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, well, that's how we do things.
But still.
I'll tell you too. Be prepared to make sacrifices.
All right. However, only as our absolute last resort. Is that fair?
That's awfully kind of you. But kind doesn't win wars. There's a Nopon called Samon in engineering. He'll be able to find you a way into the castle. Get the details from him.
Mr. Samon's engineering department. Go down the lift near Dolgan Cliff and you'll find it in no time. It's the big lift you took to get up here. You know the one? Right. Well, that's it. Ciao. What? You're not going to show us the way? There's a strategy meeting we have to be at, discussing what to do after the infiltration. Oh, you're infiltrating the prison too? Well, it was originally our plan. I see. Looking forward to working with you then. Yeah, sorry, not going to be all buddy-buddy with you. Wow, what crawled up his arse? Look at it from their perspective. We essentially took the Ouroboros powers that were originally intended for them. But what does that have to do with any of this? Just play our part for now. We should head to engineering. Castle access. Now, yes, castle access, but
So that's the state of affairs.
if we take a look at our map here, which I think I'm going to press to clean your button for that. Huh, what's this question mark doing here? I wonder if it's important. I'm heading back down the elevator.
We'll head to another level.
There we go. I'm going to look like an absolute doofus if this question mark isn't what I think it is. Here it is. Lieutenant Travis. Oh hey, perfect timing. You lot have already smashed up a few flame clocks so far, right? Yeah, a few, I guess. Why? Well, the thing is, the Lost Numbers are going to start paying out a bounty for damage dealt to Mobius. Here you go.
We have some new names registered.
A gust bracelet. And indeed, this question mark is not what I thought it was. Oh, I look a doofus. Gondor's the only one that knows the whereabouts of the real queens. I really hope everything works out. You don't think we can handle it? No, it's got nothing to do with you guys or the plan. Sorry, just figured I said anything. Boss will have my guts for garters if I say something I'm not supposed to. Well, at the very least, we got a gust bracelet for talking to him. I don't really remember if that's a particularly useful piece of equipment, but we did. I joined the Lost Numbers in the hopes of becoming as fine a man as Guernica. In the hopes of becoming as strong and as kind as him. Yet, even as this day, it still remains an aspiration. Guernica Van Dam. Info acquired. I never noticed this before. Someone stood here playing a makeshift lute of sorts. Let's also trigger that question mark, shall we? Because question marks tend to be quite useful to touch. I believe that one is just over here. Okay, I'll tell you guys straight up. During my initial playthrough, it was before all the DLCs hit. I have a sneaking suspicion of what this is, but I don't actually know. I'm gonna touch it. This appears to be sheet music. Oh!
Got some useful intel out of that.
No, that's not what I thought it was. So, want some new clothes. Might have to be a bit patient. City clothing. Info required. I very much appreciate the scavengers' force retrieving their supplies. Showing an easy job. They're going to the Nom wetlands next. The fight never stops for them. Scavenging. Could we get this book? Sure thing, champ. What a good choice. That'll probably help with your studies. Reading. Topic available. I believe we can. Yeah. Have another sit down at the canteen here and discuss some things.
Do people have to make so much noise?
Oh, what's that? A yellow exclamation mark on a piece of information?
Let's consider what we know.
We've been through a lot since we settled on getting to the city, huh? We all made it through in one piece. Something to be thankful for. Yeah. We're seeing a world that we've never known before, experiencing it for the first time. Just wish I could have let Guernica know that too. If it wasn't for him, we'd be cut down right where we stood. Yep, or maybe just ended up blindly killing each other in battle like every other schmuck. I'm glad it didn't come to that. Yeah, think about it. What the old man gave us, it was immense. But in the end, we won't know a flippin' thing about the guy, will we? Kinda sucks. I mean, it's pretty late in the day, but I really want to know more about him. I wonder what his motive was for giving us this power. No, in fact I think we have a duty to find out. Because like him, we stand together with the people of the city. Seems all the city folk thought he was a pretty awesome guy, huh? Especially Monica. He was a really special person for her, right? Indeed, Monica was referring to him as Dad, even. It's a city custom. That's what they call the person who raises them. Perhaps we could ask Monica about Guernica, find out what he really thought. After all, we're carrying his dreams now, fighting to make them real. Vandam's heir. And we know what a yellow exclamation mark means now, don't we?
Ugh, let's be off.
Go and talk to Monica. Let's go and do that. Yep, she's down in the war room.
Monica, can we talk?
What's up? Sounds ominous.
We were hoping we could ask you about someone. Guernica, in fact.
About Dad?
Everyone in the city speaks so highly of him. But we still don't know a whole lot about him. I think we owe him that much.
All right. Where'd you want to start?
You were brought up by him, right? So, we thought you'd probably understand him better than anyone else.
Ha! I wish that were the case. The Guernica Vandam that I knew was a man that I always looked up to. He was always busy keeping the city together or fighting out on the front line. Always distant. After I chose a military life, he didn't even talk to me like a parent anymore.
You mean... you weren't on very good terms?
I got to know the man, I think. But not the father. I just thought that we'd have more time together.
Huh.
Hey, boss. You're making the kids feel guilty.
Sorry. I don't blame you guys for any of this. Dad, Guernica, died in the line of duty, trying to accomplish his aim. But that's not all. He died fighting for what he believed in, and he saw it through. Of that much, I'm sure.
For what he believed in.
Well, about that, there still might be a bit of unfinished business there. He sure was adamant about getting stuff home to people.
Yeah, for certain.
Sorry, what do you mean exactly?
Personal effects from the deceased. Things that family and friends can remember them by. We don't leave any other mark behind that says, we were here, you see? If there are people waiting for you, then you just want to leave something behind, whatever it may be. I was in the rear guard. I know just how dangerous that battlefield was. Maybe it's better not to dwell on that.
But there are personal items that have been left behind though, right?
Huh?
Maybe you'd let us do something to help out with that. It must be really painful for the people who never got the chance for closure.
Yeah, right. I'm starting to get a handle on how they see things in the city. Sort of.
But if there's something we can do about it, I want to try to help.
I appreciate the sentiment, guys. But why go to all this trouble?
Well, we'll get some closure from doing this too. We were losing friends every day.
And before we became Ouroboros, some of us used to be Offseers. Guernica went to all that trouble for others. And when it happened, he was thinking of everyone waiting for him in the city. So I'd like to help his voice find its way.
Much appreciated. Speaking personally, good on you.
Travis, could you pull up the tactical register?
Roger that. Give me a moment. There's the data. We've got a list of deceased soldiers and the likely locations where they fell. Could you check out the waypoints around Alfeto Valley?
That's some impressive precision.
Kind of you to notice. See, that's the thing about us lost numbers. We just don't know when to quit.
Okay, guys. It's up to you now. When you're done, could you meet me at the Remembrance Stones?
Got it. You have my word.
It's a little bit of a detour back, but fortunately, we have the magic of fast travel. All the way back to the Asia region in Alfeto Valley. And this is yet another concept that, well, it isn't quite new to them, but it's gaining a different kind of light shown upon it. Because obviously, they lost people. Oh, hello, level 40-something Agnian soldiers. What the devil are you guys doing here? Well, I guess we've got some fighting to do. We are on one tank. because for flavor reasons I grabbed Riku and Manana. I should probably... Well, it's a bunch of normal enemies. It's probably fine. I suppose it's not a big surprise that some Agnian soldiers of some sort found a crash Levnis here with a bunch of boxes and are rifling through. But we do have something to check here.
We've been spotted.
So looks like a bit of a fight is warranted. Where's Mia? All the way back here. Okay, we've got to do this fight in a way that actually gets the whole party in instead of getting two of you trapped on geometry.
Brute force is my jam. Glad you got our back, Senna.
You know, I said out loud, oh yeah, we'll probably be fine with just one tank because of PvP. And like, maybe that's true, but also, this is a lot of enemies for a lone exile to try and keep control of it. Ooh, that's a cool 10K. Okay.
Whatever happened to not being careless?
Fair enough. There are signs of a huge detonation here. Maybe he got caught up in it. I'll see that his belongings are returned. Use belongings. So, for those who aren't in the know, those names, Yu and Zuo. Oh. The men that Guernica was fighting with are names that someone who played Xenoblade 2 would recognize. They were his second-in-command troops when a man named Van Dam, although I don't recall if his name was Guernica. A man named Van Dam was the leader of a band of mercenaries. And you and Zuo were his second-in-command. It looks as if he was killed instantly. I'll return these personal effects. Zuo's belongings. We have a third marker up here. Fortunately unguarded. We can draw a direct line from here to the crash site, so I presume they fell from the Levnis. I'll be sure to return these personal effects. Hiwa. That name is less immediately obvious to me, but I believe that was another member of the mercenary troop. The game isn't exactly subtle about, oh, that's a person, a name from one of the previous games showing up again. We've seen plenty of it, and there will be more. With all of the personal effects gathered, we've returned. One loading screen slowly. There we go.
We've brought their belongings.
Thanks. Means a lot. Can you lay them out here?
Now you mention it, didn't Monica put an eye patch here?
Yeah, that was Guernica's.
What does it mean exactly? Placing people's belongings here?
How can I explain it? You guys have off-seeing, right? I guess this is our version of that.
Off-seeing for city folk.
You got here first.
Boss, we were waiting for you.
Brother, you.
Zuo. You made it back.
Hiwa, you always kept such good care of this. Now look at it. I just wish that we could have talked more. But you're home now.
Thanks to you, these people got a chance to say farewell to their loved ones. And I got to fulfill Dad's dying wish. Thank you.
The moats. Sparkles fly!
You're finally home.
Hiwa.
These people, they weren't just sacrifices. They've entrusted us all with the future. As the Founders did. Looking back is not an option. So that was an off-seeing. The sound of that music, it's really something else. I don't think anyone here will forget this day, as long as they live.
The Fallen never got to win their battles, but maybe now they can get some rest.
Yeah, finally. Speaking of, you ought to get some rest too. You're gonna be pretty busy from now on.
You said it, boss. Wait, just how busy are we talking here?
From now on, I'll be traveling with Noah's crew.
Huh? But then who's gonna handle things in the city?
You'll be here, won't you, Travis?
Like father, like daughter, eh?
Dad spent his life on the front line, and I want to carry on that tradition. I understood that when I heard the Officers play. It has to be me. I have to carry on his legacy, fulfill his hopes. I'll fight for you now. Call on me anytime you need my help.
Thank you. That's truly heartening.
I hope we'll get to know each other outside of battle too. There's so much I'd like to ask you. About yourself, the city.
No worries.
A word of warning, guys. The boss's stories are long.
If you've got time to rip on the boss, I might just assign you some more duties, Travis.
Oh.
Well, at least I won't have to worry about the city while I'm gone. Just holler if you need me.
We'll take you up on that.
Quest complete. The bereaved witness the ousting ceremony and thank the party for everything they've done. Monica will lend you her help from now on.
The battle for the future is here, and we're on the front line.
And continuing the trend of, wait, Uni's the tank, actually? Class Lost Vanguard, role defender, protects allies by flowing fields, specializes in countering enemy attacks, and can deal damage while guarding.
Hold on a minute. I'll come again soon. Keep an eye on me, would you?
We'll just go ahead and equip that here. Level 9, close enough.
Nothing's getting past me.
Temple Guard, Crystalline Chemist, Counter, Ichigon, Defensive Soul. Okay, I'll say up front, Lost Vanguard is a weird tank that I don't have the greatest grasp of relative to the other options around. I think I will choose that. 2 tanks is probably enough. Sorry, Mia. You'll get back to Lone Exile at some point. We probably want a 3rd healer. Strategos? Are we on? War Medic, Strategos. Oh, you never finished
I'll heal you right up.
I don't think that does anything to other thing about him. Not worried about it too much. We won't be on there for too long. So, let's head down the elevator. Talk to, I believe it was Samon that we were bid to speak with. And as we wander about, let's
I'm your guy.
talk a little about Lost Vanguard. Like I said, I don't have the firmest grip of this class relative to an accessory shop. One second. You got anything good?
Let's try not to piddle our money away.
%attack. Yeah, that might actually be better than the other things I've got. Should double check. And we got some affinity with the city. Lovely. So, like I said,
Would you believe it?
Lost Vanguard, it isn't a class I have the firmest grasp of, because it honestly, during my first playthrough, was not a tank I used that often. This is not the way I'm supposed to be going. It just wasn't the tank I relied on very much, so I didn't get that strong of a feel for what the good stuff is to do with it. But I can confirm before we even get too deep into it that there is...
Doesn't seem to have been too eventful here.
Indeed not. Okay. Nice detail as you start to leave the city.
Better put our eye patches on.
Eye patches. Not just a cutscene detail. Your characters actually remember it and do it. Random bundle of flowers. So, Lost Vanguard. As always, we start with skills. Come and Get Me. When blocking, deals 200% of attack damage to enemy drawing aggro. This is...
Whoa, got a rare doodle right here.
Okay.
Senna, maybe we could all walk closer to you.
I know that she's literally on fire, but are you calling her hot, Tyon? Har har. I do wonder if she is actually warm, emits heat with the little flame, or if it is blue. Probably quite warm. Come and Get Me. When you block, you deal attack damage to an enemy. It's nice, but... Wait, why did I put Uni on... This was not the character I meant to put on a healer. I meant to put... Okay. Let's deal with this button, because I definitely went into this fight thinking that I could Lost Vanguard onto Uni. My brain is made of soup. Characters. Class. Lost Vanguard. You were supposed to go on a healer. Probably Strategos. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, that was a mock cough followed by a real one. Sorry. An elite bunnet? Why not?
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
So, Come and Get Me. You deal damage to an enemy when you block one of their attacks. Kind of nice. The problem I have with it is that it is a aggro more skill and doesn't really do anything to help if you don't currently have aggro, which is a thing that can happen to your tanks, that you just don't have aggro and then you struggle to get it in the first place. Fortunately, I don't tend to find that to be too much of a problem with Lost Vanguard. It does a reasonable job getting aggro and holding on to it. So, it's probably fine that they have a aggro more skill like this. Second skill. Now that's Tactics. At the start of any chain attack, increase TP by 10. Starts out at 5, but eventually ends up being 10. What's delightful about this is that this is a master skill. I wouldn't list increasing the TP of your tank as that valuable. Maybe a bit, but it's not that likely that you're going to reach that 150 off of your tank. Because usually you're using the tank to guarantee your reactivation on your attacker that has big TP. But the fact that this is a... Excuse me. the fact that this is a master skill actually does a lot for its usefulness. Because you can put this on one of your attackers to guarantee truly delicious chain attacks. So, I'm a fan of this. Never Again. Grants a 20% chance to absorb attacks dealt to allies within range. This is... I've not paid enough attention to have a firm grasp of exactly what this is doing, but I'm inferring, based on the text, that basically that little radius that all tanks end up having, you basically just end up with a chance that you take the damage instead of your ally. Which is pretty good. It does feel a little bit dangerous against AoE attacks. But ultimately fairly useful as a tank aura. And lastly, stay right there. When you take damage, you have a 20% chance to inflict knockback on the assailant. Now, inflicting these sort of Oh, they're dead. So's the bird, so they're fine, but oh. I was right to be scared of that elite bird on a tiny ledge. Anyway. Knockback is one of those soft CC sort of effects that are useful for tanks building their talent art. So this is a nice little bonus, though not that impactful, truth be told. Oh, and I failed to mention it, but this one, Come and Get Me, this is the other master skill. So useful if you would like to put that on your other tank classes, especially something like a Guardian Commander. And now we talk arts. So, first we have Shockwave, a one enemy physical attack that... Okay, could you... Come here. A quick charge, a quick cooldown, fair damage, one target attack that can inflict knockback on enemies that are performing arts as you do it. The problem you run into is that enemies can resist knockback. So, ultimately, it is tend to just be a fair damage, quick cooldown art to use. But hey, nothing against that. Next up, we have Mighty Beat. This is a very quick cooldown, fair 250% damage art that boosts aggro generated by 100%, and check out that reaction. That is a smash art. And where this gets especially tasty, and indeed breaks the game in half once you've got full build set up, this is a master art. Bookmark that in your mind. Once you get full builds set up with this as a master art on Kavesi attackers, the game breaks in half, frankly. So, lovely as an art here on Lone Vanguard. It does some solid damage, and the increased aggro generation is delightful. But this is not the scariest place you're going to see this art by far. This is Shield Wall. I'm gonna level with you. I don't remember what Ether Anchor is. Allowing them to nullify further reactions. Okay, so this is a weird art. I don't use it much. This is that genre of art that tanks have, that, like, it feels like it should be reasonable to use, but most of the time I end up skipping, where rather than doing damage, you activate this to block, to have guaranteed block rate against enemy attacks for a bit. And since this one gives you Ether Anchor, the Ether Anchor is a buff that prevents you from being affected by reactions, like being broken or knocked back or launched or anything during the duration. Lovely. And it's a bit of a self-heal, which, that's nice. But
Guys, get ready to fight.
this sort of like stances on a lot of attackers, I still just sort of run into the problem of I only have 3, 6 if you include Master Arts. I only have 3 slots for things, and asking me to give up one of those for I'm not doing damage for a bit, I'm just going to block, is rough when tanks can struggle to generate enough aggro to keep it off of your attackers. So I don't tend to use this as good as it reads on paper. Next up we have what is this called? Electrofield. It is a field. It gives Armor Veil. You might remember Armor Veil from the Thaumaturge. Armor Veil is basically a flat number that, like, I honestly have no idea how to calculate. Okay, I should have looked up the wiki before I... Anyway. It's actually a very noble thing if I just bother to check the wiki before I click the go live button. It nullifies a certain amount of damage, and that amount of damage is equal to 20% of the character's maximum HP, as long as they're affected by Armor Veil. So basically like a shield of sorts that you apply to people that protects them for... basically gives them a bonus 20% health while they're in the field. Comfy.
Leave it to me.
Gotta do this with the correct
You
character.
want me to lead? Give me some of that sweet ether.
Now, the unfortunate thing is that this is not a Master Art. I would love this to be a Master Art so you could hand it to healers, because healers love placing fields. Okay, I was, in fact, going to try and fight this guy. Didn't expect him to protect me from so far away. Oh, that's nice. Next up, we have Taunt Pulse. This is... lovely. I like this art. Basically, you activate the stance, and for a duration, you just deal little ticks of damage in an AoE around you. This is just about the only way I can think of in the entire game. Oh, Kion's just... he's not just down, he's just gone. Presumably knocked off the edge. Well, that's a tragedy for him. He is just an attacker, though, so he'll probably be slower, but probably still doable. Ow. This is about the only thing in the game that provides you with a genuine, just like consistent ticking source of aggro generation in an AoE. Which is pretty great in the messiest of fights that are big, dumb, hey, there's 7 enemies on screen kind of fights. Taunt Pulse can be a way to consistently try and get aggro placed on all of those enemies. So that's actually pretty handy. Ow. That's a break. Do I even have a topple on anyone? I do. You have a topple. And you missed it. Well, that's unfortunate. And last up, we have the talent art, Thunder Steel, where you smack them with this. You know, I'm a little perplexed by the animation on this one, truth be told. But frontward AoE, 700% quick recharge, and deals boosted damage to machines. It will also have a chance to inflict Bind, which is a fairly potent debuff. Basically an immobilizing effect. It's a potent, if unsatisfying talent art to use. In the right fights, absolutely worth it. That 150% damage boost against machines. You fight machines in this game, so it can come up. I've got a level 3 interlink for my dead friend. Let's get some proper damage in. $20K. Tens of thousands of damage, yeah. That's pretty good. Alright, let's just get another one of these, shall we? You know, that may be almost too far. That's some pretty damn solid damage. This is definitely the case in my first playthrough, and I'm also doing it in this playthrough, that I honestly just don't use the interlinks very much, and that is unfortunate. Can you hit a topple? I beg you. You know, it's unfortunate that Tyon is dead, but I do believe it is correct. Nonetheless. Oh, I left this up on the screen the whole time. Anyway. Oh, this chain's gonna be rough. We're relying on 15 tactic point lands to get our big chains, huh? Oh boy. It's probably fine. 51% matching force, but not tactic. Probably not. Monica in Chain Attacks. When this here completes an order, adds 15 TP to the character with the most TP and reactivates them. So, unlike some other tanks, some other tank heroes, Monica does very much so just behave like a defender in the way that our characters do. Could you topple this man, please? Thank you very much, Senna. I mean, I don't have a launch for him, but I appreciate it.
This isn't the end. You're finished.
You know, as rubbish as this chain attack is going to be, I think we'll manage. Ah, and here we go. Lost Advent. Completion bonus. One additional character is reactivated with a 20% chance for one more. Not bad. I believe I can do this without causing any problems. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think I just want to... well, it wasn't going to be enough one way or another. Only 2, didn't get the 3rd, but that's alright. So the 96 on him, huh? Getting 150s feels very doable. Do that, and then just pray that he reactivates himself. This guy's dead anyway. Okay. Hey. We got Noah and Lance. I mean, yippee. Get a bit more damage and XP out of this. I don't think we're managing that one again without triggering it, so... do that, spend our healers for a bit of free damage. Actually, that's a... I mean, 885% increase, but still, that's a fair amount of damage for a healer. Okay, I was a little scared that the capybars were going to get hit by that. I mean, they would have been absolutely obliterated by it, but that would have felt kind of bad. I'm just looking for fruit. What do capybaras eat? Eating mostly aquatic plants, grasses, and plant roots. Okay, yeah. Maybe not fruit, then.
That's how you pull off a win.
Anyway.
Yeah. See if we can keep this up.
You know, I was thinking about the picture of a capybara with an orange on his head, and I just assumed. But no, that's a different thing. That's not necessarily what they eat, but it was just cute.
Okay, buddy. Surprise
This is valuable. I'll hang on to it.
Funny finding one here, huh?
Oh, bird, don't try it.
You itching to get wrecked?
I swear to God. I would advise that you give up by right about now. Hey, there we go. We have found the material storage warehouse landmark because I got distracted and wandered off. Oh well.
We've really walked a bit, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that quest-related event for later. Let's save myself a bit of time. Travel over here.
That bonnet digging up ore.
Which, I mean, I could have done in the first place, but was looking for a fight to demonstrate Lost Vanguard a little bit. And found
Time
one.
for a little rest.
And yep. From any point here on, taking the elevator actually is a zone transition, going from the Great Sword, which is its own little zone, to... what region was this? Cadencia? I believe this is the kind of first part of the Cadencia region. Right. I believe when we first came here, this door was closed to guide us towards, all those cutscenes.
Check this place out.
Here we are in Centridge Harbor. A bunch of these Levnesses here. All right, let's go.
Container.
Let's go. Where did? Anyway, let's have a chat with Samon, you man whose name is almost a fish. Excuse me, are you Samon? Most indeed. And our friends, famed Ouroboros? I hear everything from Monica. We'll lend spare ship to friends, no worry. Thank you very much for this. She good ship. Boundary, the name. Friends feel free to use. Whoa, nice piece of kit, this. Never seen a real ship before, except in the textbooks. If friends feeling gratitude can show respect by add Mr. to start of name. Mr. Samon. Sorry to cut the pleasantries short, but could you please tell us more about the infiltration plan? At least ask about boat first. Eh. Bah, fine. Samon explains, so listen up. Surroundings of Agnes Castle under exceptionally strict guard. Nothing to unexpect. Even with most state-of-art cloaking device, approached by Levnis greeted with shooting and shouting and short, sharp landing. That's why we plan approach en route to go around Eurythia Sea. From the sea? Huh. Wait, if they discover us in the drink, then are we really royally snuffed? Eurythia Sea shrouded in black fog. If used ship to glide along on surface of sea, will not show up on radar scan from above. Right, good thinking. Before proceed to explain nitty-gritty, we must make ship shape. Friends have to help also. Did not run as is. There not enough fuel for runnage of boundary. Ah, so that's the problem. Sounds like you need some good old-fashioned physical labor. Sign me up. Samon, happy to see friends so enthusiastic. Could never hope to even carry 300 ether cylinder by our own self, so things were looking choppy. 300? Do we really need that many? Friends must remember, once depart on ship, they're nowhere to top up before land of destination. That does make sense. Sure, but where the spark we going to find that many cylinders? Not here, that's for sure. We pour all fuel we had into making prototype. In other words, we have to figure out the whole supply chain from nothing. Perish thought, friend. Samon never expect friends could provide alone. Only need to assist associate of Samon. Would like friends to go see Timna and explain situation. And that person can get us the cylinders? Assuredly. Timna come from one of 6 mighty houses. Should be no big deal to part with 100 ether cylinder, or even 1,000. What are these 6 houses? Very fancy houses, in holding of very important people. Alright, we got it. Where can we find this Timna? In Calum residential quarter of city. Great, let's go then.
Always nice to have more friends.
I stand by the voices I give the Nopon. They're very silly creatures, so I give them a very silly voice. Also, it's just fun. You should enjoy dumb voices for them. I see a box. I want what's in the box. It's mine by right of being the player character.
These are worth a bit, right? Funny finding one here, huh?
Yeah. But I do believe we will handle the ether cylinders, the gathering thereof, and apparently this whole rolling out on a ship thing next time. I believe, well, I mean, I suppose the characters got their time to think as they slept last night, but maybe we'll take a moment and consider, ruminate upon all that we've seen today. Babies! They exist. Our characters, they didn't even know that before today. I do love this section of the game. Getting to the city and seeing a different future ahead of you. It's delightful. Next time, the ship. But for now, you all have a lovely day. Until next time.